everyone, welcome back to Tea and Lit. In today's video we'll be going... Welcome back to Tea and Lit, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hello my intelligent friends, welcome back to Tea and Lit. In today's video we are going to be discussing Act 2 of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. So grab yourselves a cuppa and a copy and let's get into it. Let's see how much energy we have left. Alright, this act starts out with a conversation between Brutus and Lucius, discussing the death of Caesar, how they must do it. And right away, the last line here, I think it's line 16, 19, he says, the abuse, Brutus is the he I'm referring to, the abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. Let's read that again so I can get more strength in it, because that was just such a great line that I believe needs more oomph behind it. Let's try it again. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. That was way better. Well done. Well done, Soph. I absolutely love that line, so much so we put it on some swag, which you can find in the description box below. It's also in our notes, which you can also find in the description box below. But I thought it was really just a very powerful, powerful line to describe when authority goes wrong. How do you know when authority has gone wrong? When it is disjoint remorse from power. And we definitely see that in today's world, most especially with all the things going on. When you see people who have no concept of sending young men and women in our armed forces into death, basically, when the weight of human life is not on our people in authority, something has gone wrong, and you can see that. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. Absolutely love that quote from Brutus. That's kind of where we're going to start out with today. The conspirators are trying to navigate what they're going to do to get Caesar, to kill him, and the moments leading up to that. They are discussing at one point what to do with Mark Antony, who is a dear friend of is a dear friend of Julius Caesar, and Cassius wants to take him out, but Brutus says no. I think it says a lot about Brutus. He says, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar, let's be sacrificers, but not butchers. I think that says a lot about the sort of man that Brutus is, that he's not like, let's just kill for the sake of killing. He wants to be very precise. He wants to, kind of cut out the cancer where he sees it at the root and then be done with it. He doesn't want to cut out too much living flesh. And so to him, Mark Antony is not a threat to civility and dignity in Rome. Instead, he can be used as an elevator of it. And the sins of Caesar are not a testament to Mark Antony. And so although some of the other conspirators want to take him out, Brutus says, let's not seek bloodshed for the sake of bloodshed, but let's be more intentional about the choices that we're making. I love the conversation between Portia and Brutus. Portia is Brutus's wife, and Portia has picked up that her husband has been going through some drama. Something's up with him. He's not being himself. He's waking up in the middle of the night and losing sleep. He's walking around cross-armed and sour-faced, and she says, listen, I'm your wife. I see that you're carrying a lot of weight. Please share it with me. And I mentioned this in our introductory video, the importance of these wives and how these men could have very easily navigated the situation very differently had they listened to the women in their lives. And I think the way Shakespeare writes women is just so phenomenal. I think that women are heroines in a lot of his stories, and a good woman can do a lot of good, and when women are not good, they can do a lot of bad. So this is the second play of Shakespeare that we have read, and I felt the same way in Othello, how beautifully he wrote his female characters, and how the choices his female characters made had such a strong impact on the story. And in the same way here, it's not so much that the choices that the female characters are making that impacts the story, but it's more how the story could have been impacted if these female characters' warnings were heeded. And the same thing happens here with, and that's exactly what happens here with Portia and Brutus. Brutus has chosen to keep some of this to himself. He's carrying a lot of weight on himself, and Portia says, I'm your wife. Like, I'm here to lighten your load and make sure that you aren't carrying all these things on your own, because you are one man, Brutus. Like, you need to share this stuff with me. And they have a great dialogue, and I imagine that if Brutus had done a better job of articulating to his wife what his ludicrous plans are, things could have ended up differently for all of them. For the whole lot of them. Speaking of wives, the second one is Caesar's wife, Calpurnia. I don't know how to pronounce her name. There is a PH, but I feel like in the audiobook they used a P sound. So I don't know if that's like a testament to the Roman pronunciation of the phonogram. I don't know. Latin pronunciation of the phonogram? I don't know. I'm going to call her Calpurnia because that's how I want to. In the description or in the comments, I feel like that's all this is going to be, is like in the comments, let me know how you pronounce this thing. Do you think it's Calpurnia or Calpurnia? Option A is Calpurnia, option B is Calpurnia. Pernia. Anyway, we see that she comes to Caesar and says, listen, I had this terrible dream and you can't go to work today. And Caesar kind of oscillates between the two ideas of going to work and not going to work. And, you know, on the one hand, he wants to listen to his wife just to kind of humor her and make her happy. But then on the other hand, he's like, well, I'm Caesar's. Like, nothing's going to happen to me. Surely I can go to work. And at first, when it's just the two of them, he says, yeah, I'll stay home for you. And then some other people come in and have influence over him. And he says, actually, I am going to go to work. Again, we saw that in Othello. Be mindful of peer pressure, people. Like, once you've made a decision in your heart, you stick to it. And I imagine that some of these situations could have been avoided in these Shakespeare plays if they had listened to the right people, or more importantly, listened to themselves. If you are sleeping with your wife, you know she's woken up in the middle of the night with these horrible dreams of blood and fountains and, you know, all of these things, destruction and war. And if she's upset, something's wrong, and you should probably listen to her. Especially if she's not prone to hysterics. I know that's something that people give women, you know, a hard time for all the time. Some people, not just women, some people are prone to hysterics. And so I think it's hard to listen to somebody who is prone to such things. But somebody who is not prone, who engages in them once in a while, maybe you should listen to them. I don't know what else to say about this because I filmed my conclusion video before I filmed this video, and I feel like all of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video, I talked about in the conclusion video, and so I don't know if I want that to be repeated. Because, like, that could be annoying, right? I really liked this act, mostly because I love female characters. Not going to lie to you. My favorite line of the play is in this act. It's in Act 2, Scene 3, Line 7, which says, security gives way to conspiracy. Absolutely love that line. And I think that, you know, excessive conspiracy theories are a testament to the security and stability of a society and a social atmosphere. If you are trying to figure out where your next meal is going to come from, if you're trying to figure out, you know, where you're going to sleep for the night, what clothes you're going to put on your back, you don't have time to think about, you know, what was Bill Clinton doing on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane 26 times, you know? I mean, when you have all those things, you really should be asking that question. But if you don't have those things, you've got bigger fish to fry. So that is the end of this video. I feel like it's kind of short. Like I said, a lot of this I'm going to talk about in the conclusion video, and so I hope that you guys will subscribe if you are not already, and ding the bell if you are subscribed and haven't done that already. And in the comments below, Calpurnia, very important that I want to know. In the description box, I will put notes for Julius Caesar, as well as some fun swag, shower curtains, rugs, different things that have fun Shakespeare quotes. on them so you can show off your Shakespearean knowledge. And of course it will also include that line, security gives way to conspiracy, which I just want to sit and meditate on that really badly, because I just find it so poignant in our modern day. And so much of Shakespeare is like that, where you can read it, even though he wrote it, 500 years ago, 400 years ago, it's still so relevant to us now. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.